Alright, yes. In this video, I'm sure you can quickly, actually, really quickly to sculpt realistic ears in Blender. This particular method also works in any other sculpting program, be it ZBrush, Modbox, or 3D Code. It all works same way. So basically, what I will do first is to mask out the area where I want the ears to protrude from. So that will be somewhere around here. Okay, I think this is a bit too large. So yeah, just like a little part of the head. Let me reduce this, and yes, so I'll do something like this. So I have mirror turned on, so whatever I'm doing on this side will reflect on the other side. So after, okay, I think I'll still reduce this a bit more. You can also use the lasso mask to just draw the shape out. Does not really matter. So after masking out the area you wish to bring the ears out from, I would invert it. Control I. I think it's basically the same thing in Blender, and put in Blender as ZBrush. So I would invert it. Okay, and also I would need a way more topology later on, so I'll just turn on dynamic topology and maybe set it to 5, something like that. And yeah, so this dynamic topology does not actually work with smooth brush, but with a move brush rather. So it would not really have any effects currently till I switch to some other brush. So what I'll do next is to just now watch this part now. While I'm not viewing it from front view, or neither am I viewing it from side view. I'm viewing it from like a 3/4 view, like in a way that I'm seeing it both from the side and also from the front, something like this. So I'll now use my grab brush. So when I'm pulling it out, it's not pulling back completely, and it's not pulling it sideways completely. Yeah, something like this. I go around it. So after pulling this out, the next thing I have to do is to shape to give the ear shape. So still with the grab brush, I will just move all this, like to give the rough shape of the realistic ear. And maybe I can smooth it, just like get those vertices arranged in a way. Smooth it, then still with the grab brush, pull it out. Yeah, so I think this shape is practically okay for like a realistic ear. And although I feel like I actually made it higher than it should be, but either way, yeah, I just want to use this to illustrate something. So I would clear the mask and maybe still shape this a little bit more. Bring this forward. Yeah, so ear shape in general varies between different people, so I can't actually give a specific shape for the ear. So yeah, so once you're satisfied with the main shape, the next thing I want to do is to back. So I don't know about ZBrush, but in Blender there's this fill brush. So if I use that to brush over this back, it will practically just fill it. So I don't need to add too much detail. I don't roughly fill in a bit of so after that I would smooth it out, and maybe from front also smooth this out. Yeah, so practically I have my base shape already. So I'll use my draw brush, or maybe I'll use the inflate this time around. Hold down control and push it inward. So what this does is that it inflates inward rather than bringing out the inflating it outward. It push it inward, and that's what I'm aiming for this particular stage. So next thing I would, let me undo that. Yeah, I think it didn't really work as I wanted it to. Yeah, that was because if I bring out my side panel with N, and go to my tools, or I can also come here to my tools. If you scroll down to this advanced to this brush settings, and you see the advanced option, I would make sure front face only is turned on. So if previously when I was inflating, it was inflating both the front and the back because they are pretty close together. So if front face alone is turned on, I will be able to sculpt on just the front face. So holding down control, I would push this inward, till I'm kind of satisfied with what I have. So I think something like this is okay. I don't want it to let me go to wireframe mode. Yeah, thickness is kind of okay like this. We just push it a little bit. So now with my draw brush, or in ZBrush you can use the standard brush. I will just draw out the shape of the year. Yeah, not actually, I just draw like a 9, like a number 9. So maybe I would use the move brush to fix it. I think I kind of expose the shape somewhere there. And yeah, so basically I just want to have that 9 shape to define this yeah, this particular part of the year is called the helix or helix rather. So yes, and I'll just smooth this. I'll just have that smooth transition. So for I'm not done defining the helix yet, so let me push this a bit more. Yeah, I think I'm kind of satisfied with this shape. So the next step is to use the draw sharp brush or damp standard brush in ZBrush, but in Blender is the draw sharp brush. So I'll use that to push this inner part of the helix in. So just push it. Push. And this particular stage kind of do two things. It further define the helix a bit, and also start to bring in the shape of the anti-helix, which is this inner part. I would later define it. So let's go along. And if you notice, I'm pushing it kind of like from the under view because I want to push this upward. So I think I would also use the draw brush for this. Maybe hold down Control. So in ZBrush, I think to invert a brush is Alt. You hold down the Alt key. So Control and maybe push this inward a bit more. So let me try smoothing it and see. Yeah, I can also smooth it a bit. Just from looking at it from this under view, I can smooth it. Yeah, something like that. So after smoothing, I'll use the grab brush for that shape because I'm not yet satisfied with this shape that I have. So just with the grab brush, push it, and yeah. So if you look closely, you see that the shape of the year is already coming together a bit. So maybe I will still use the draw sharp brush to draw this part inward a bit more to approach kind of where the year lobe should start from. Maybe smoothing it out. Yeah, so now I'm done drawing the shape of the helix, and this is already looking kind of like a year already, even though there's still quite a lot to do. So the next major shape of the year is the anti-helix, which just follows practically just follows the shape of the helix, something like this, and maybe come to the side like a view, something like this view, and you can. So I think you can also just pull this out a bit and push this in a bit. In some people, this particular anti-helix is quite more defined than in some other people. But for this, I'll just make it kind of like a little bit, not too defined, not so. And I would also ignore it. So it's kind of like this kind of Y shape. I've forgotten what this particular point is called, but just remember the Y shape at this point at this particular area of the year. And the next main shape is the year loop, which comes up something like this area. Maybe smooth this out. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, I've also forgotten what this shape is called, but there is something quite like this. So I'll just use the draw brush, or in ZBrush the standard brush, and bring out that shape and then smooth it. And maybe I can just hold down Control to invert it and to invert the direction of the brush and push this in quite a lot. I'm going to wireframe. Yeah, and she's going in quite a lot. So just push it in. and maybe smooth out the transition. So, and basically, yeah, that's all the shape of the yeah. The only thing you can do to kind of make this more realistic is probably play around with the shape and the definition. I think some areas are quite too defined and some areas are actually under defined, like I think. So yeah, I will just go ahead and make some minor tweaks to this, like push this in, smoothing this out, maybe draw this to make it a bit thicker, and I can push this in just to find this Y shape a bit more and maybe smooth it out. And yeah, basically that's how you can sculpt a realistic in any 3D software of your choice. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.